Hey guys, welcome back. Today I want to show you how to do an oil change on a 2-liter TDI VW engine. This is a Tiguan 2008 model. It's got over 100,000 Ks on it, and I like to do an oil change every 10,000 Ks. I'm going to go through it step by step so anybody can do it. Just to keep everything running a bit smoother, I like to do a service every 10,000 Ks on a high miler, especially on the TDI, the 1.9 and the 2-liter. They do prone to blow their turbos if your service is not done regularly. First step, I'm going to give the engine just a little bit of a dust off. Next thing I'm going to do is going to jack the car up, put it on some jack stands just to keep me safe while I'm underneath the car. One thing you want to make sure of when you lift your car up, that your car is still level. So you don't want one side to be lower than the other side and the oil can maybe not flow out properly. So at the moment the car is standing a little bit higher on this side. I'm just going to lower it down just a touch so that I know plus and minus that the car is level in this way. This is the oil service kit. You can get it in any local shop. This is specific now for the 2-liter TDI engine of VW. It's 5W30. It has the approval of VW on it, and its capacity is exactly 5 liters of that 2-liter TDI engine. Coming to the oil filter, you take it out. It comes with a O-ring. This O-ring you definitely need to replace because the old one might have hairline cracks and cause leaking. The tools that I'll be needing for this job is a 30 torque, a ratchet, a torque ratchet, extension, a 19 and a 32. The 19 will be taking the plug out of the oil sump, and the 32 with the extension will be to remove the oil filter cap. Removing the engine cover. It has 4 grommets on each corner. Just gently lift it up. Don't bend the plastics too much to make sure this cover stays in one piece. I'm going to be removing this coolant line so that we get a bit more space going down to reach the filter. Now I'm ready to drain the oil. I just want to clean this oil filler cap, and I'm going to open it to allow air to flow through. Now what I like to do, get the engine a little bit warm so that the oil is not as thick. The warmer the oil is, not hot, just warm, so that the oil can flow out a little bit easier. Just going to put my 19 socket on here. I've loosened it already a little bit, and now I'm going to pour it into the bucket, which later I will then dispose in the proper way. Just slowly taking the screw out. Almost there. And off we go. The oil cap sits down there. The 32 socket is going to fit on there. I just need to move the cooling line out of the way so I can get my extension through there. Okay, I've loosened the cap. Just going to have a rag ready to reduce some spills. I'm going to take it out as straight as possible without making a lot of mess. Maybe just let it trickle off a little bit. The bottom sump at the moment is still open, so if we do have any issues, or any oil left that it can still trickle out. So there we go. I'm just going to be removing the old filter from the cap. I'm going to give the cap a little bit of a clean. Going to remove the old O-ring. I've got a little bit of leftover oil from the last service I did on the vehicle. Just going to pour ever so slightly into the little lid. Just a drop. Now I've got the new O-ring over here, and I can just add just a little bit of oil onto the ring and then place it back into its groove where it belongs. That's kind of what it should be looking like. Now I'm going to be popping the filter into the lid. Just place it like this, push down on it, and you hear a little click, and then it sits. Just to top it off, I'm going to take a little bit of oil and run it over this little O-ring at the bottom. So this is actually upside down. This is the bottom and that's the top. Now that everything is nicely lubricated, the O-rings are sitting in the right position, I'm going to place this back into its slot. Just making sure everything sits properly and hand tightening it so that I make sure I don't damage the thread because it is a plastic lid. There we go. It should be going fairly simple until it reaches the seal. That's it. Now I'm going to get my torque wrench, set it to 25 Newton meters so that I don't strip the plastic threading, and that would be 18 foot-pounds of torque. The drips are slowing down. I'm going to get my sump plug and set the torque wrench to 29 Newton meters, or it is, let me just think, 22 foot-pounds of torque. The entire time the cap was open so that there won't be an air bubble. Just going to add my funnel, and theoretically I can add the entire 5 liters to this. What I'm first going to do is just go over 4.5. Once I've reached 4.5, I'm going to switch the engine on, check the dipstick, and then just add the rest. Always need to take the dipstick out all the way, clean it properly. Now I take my measurement, go out, and it is absolutely perfect, just by that line. Now all that's left to do is put the engine cover back on. It has these little grommets, 1, 2, 3, 4. The easiest way is put it in line with the oil filler cap, and it kind of cinches itself. Give it a slight push down, and that's it. So that's it for this week, guys. Just go through the steps one by one, take your time, don't rush things, and your oil change is easier than you think. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you guys next week. today is not a good day to make a video. We've got like a Vespa club in the background.